What's good, y'all? It's me, Chris, back here with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing Insecure Season 4, Episode 10, the season finale. Oh, y'all, it's been so much fun discussing the show with you. This is one of my favorite shows. I just love how relatable and how grounded it is. It does such a good job of just depicting the mundane lives of black people. And I love that so much. There's so much television that focuses on so much trauma and violence of our experience. We don't get to see more of the humane aspect, and I just really love that show for this. I'm really sad that it's over. It's been so much fun talking with y'all in the comments, talking with y'all on Twitter. I've been watching a few other YouTubers also review the show. It's been a blast. This is one of my favorite shows. It's really just been a moment of light for us during these times. And I know Issa and Insecure and HBO didn't plan on that, but this literally was just exactly what we needed for this show. And I'm very sad, but I just want to say that these last few episodes have been phenomenal. Great storytelling, and I'm glad to say that we did end it on a great season. We actually got a cliffhanger for once. That's not typical in Insecure fashion, but we'll get to that later on. So we start off the episode. Issa and Lawrence are at the farmer's market. Issa is buying flowers. She wants to know what the difference is, mostly because of price. And Lawrence comes up right behind Issa. I love Issa when she talks about her finances. It's so relatable. We'll get it together one day, Issa. We really will. Lawrence comes up to Issa and lets Issa know that he got the job in San Francisco. So Lawrence got the job in San Francisco. He's gonna have all the amenities, and I'm not surprised. I'm from the Bay. Like, if you work in tech in the Bay Area, you are set. It's almost as if those companies only value those people as humans. Like, it's very interesting. I feel like the amount of amenities that the tech industry provides for their employees should be like a standard in every job. But Lawrence getting the red carpet laid out for him. And Lawrence wants to know, like, what does this mean? Lawrence is interesting. When he moves, it's always in response to Issa. It's never just like, hey, I feel like this and I want you to come. It's just like, so what does this mean for us? Last week he asked, what does it mean? Like, is it everything just in tandem to the way Issa is, or do you have your own journey and path you would like to take? So he asked Issa, what does this mean? And Issa is willing. She's down to make it happen. She says, it's just a 45-minute flight, which really is. It's quick. She lets him know, you're going to be in the Windy City. And Lawrence is like, that's Chicago? And she's like, no, that's the Chilly City. And Lawrence like, did you go to school? And Issa's like, do you want a congratulatory fuck? Hilarious. Issa knows the best. Issa knows the best kind of sex is the stressed out sex that she had with TSA Bay, and the congratulatory sex that she's about to have with Lawrence for his new job. She knows when the sex is needed. But they go through this exchange. Issa's willing to make it work. It's great. Like I said, I was not sold on the idea of them being together, but I see them having a lot of open dialogue and communication, and there's a lot of honesty, so it's great. We move on now to seeing Molly and Andrew at some type of work party, a networking party. I'm not really sure. One of Molly's colleagues comes up to her and lets him know that there's an after event if everyone would like to come along. And Molly's looking at Andrew like, Andrew's like, signals to Molly. Molly's like, well, lets her colleague know, we'll let you know. Andrew says, I'm having a great time now, but I'm good with this. And Molly's like, maybe we can do X, Y, and Z. And Andrew compromises and goes to the next event. A flaw in Andrew, I will say. Issa and Nathan at the barbershop, they're still working in tandem together. Nathan is showing a space for Issa to have an event at. This is also going to be a space in which Nathan plans to do some community work as well. I love their dynamic. You can tell Nathan is just genuine. He is genuine. He don't have no other alternative motives of like the typical man of wanting to like get in her pants. Like, he genuinely cares about her and wants like the best for her and wants to be in friendship with Issa. You can see that. You can see that very here. And in the scene, Nathan apologizes. I didn't mean to say that about your ex. That kind of really just threw me off a bit, made me feel some type of ways. He wanted to express how he feels, and he's just like, sorry, that was not my intention, but I just want to let you know, like, I'm with Lawrence, and I'm just going to make you. And Nathan's like, nah, I just want to be honest, and I don't want to make anything complicated for you. Oh my gosh. I want Nathan so bad. And we see that they're just going to continue as friends. And I thought to myself, damn, we went a whole season and didn't see Issa and Nathan together. A whole season and we didn't get to see Issa and Nathan together. And I told y'all a few episodes ago that Nathan is the man for Issa. We got distracted. People getting caught up in their feelings with no resolve, or giving people way too many second chances, and now we end up with Lawrence. Anywho, I think that was a perfect scene. Clearly, Nathan's going to be in season 5. There's still a lot there to explore, but I just love how Nathan's like, nah, I'm not trying to make anything complicated for. I'm not trying to make anything complicated with you because I genuinely care about you and I want you to succeed in whatever relationships and whatever ventures that you tackle. Ah, what a human! What a human! We move on to the next scene. Molly and Andrew are at Molly's apartment. They're unwinding from the second event. Andrew's tired. He's like, I'm just gonna, watch looking for Latoya. Molly's like, I'm gonna take a nap. Like, wait for me. He's like, I guess we'll just watch it on your schedule. And skirt. Molly's like, hold on, I'm not understanding. And Andrew says, if this were if that was me at the event and I asked you to stay out longer, it'd be a whole nother thing. And Molly's like, wait. So, first, I was working too much and I was neglecting the time with you. Now I include you with my work stuff so that way you and I can spend time together and there's a problem. And I was like, see, Molly's so goddamn self-centered. Molly is so self-centered. She only cares about herself. Did you see the way she centered herself in that? She still found a way to make Andrew's feelings about her. And that's where Andrew is frustrated. So Andrew feels like that he empathizes with her so much, and he does. To a fault, I do think he is slightly passive, but that man empathizes with her. He compromises with her. He understands. He adjusts. He wants to make Molly feel comfortable and to make Molly feel like she's being heard. But does Molly do that to Andrew? No. Molly does not reciprocate that same energy and actions towards Andrew whatsoever. The conversation is starting to have it's getting heated. It's getting real raw, and all of a sudden, Kelly calls. Kelly calls twice. Molly can't handle it. She answers. I was really shocked that she answered the cell phone call in the midst of a really important discussion that her and her partner were having. But it turns out that Tiffany is missing. Everyone we see has met up at Tiffany's home. There's Kelly, there's Derek, there's Issa, there's Molly. Derek is on the phone calling someone, looking for Tiffany. I'm not sure who those two other women were. Were those like Tiffany's family members? Did they discuss who those two women were in that quick scene? I'm not sure, but it turns out we're gonna go on a little Scooby-Doo mission. Carmen San Diego. I love that this also kind of ties in with the looking for Loya theme of black women disappearing, of us not having such an eye and care concern for black women. I think that this is good commentary. So we off to an adventure with the gang. They're at the mall looking for Tiffany and they can't find her. Derek realizes that there's a Lyft transaction. And Kelly's like, we could have seen where she went. And he's like, there's no destination, dummy. It's just a dollar amount. And Kelly's like, yeah, everyone back out there. And he's like, you was the one chastising him. Lord Jesus. So Issa, as a Lyft driver expertise, figures out where Tiffany may have gone. She uses the dollar amount to calculate what distance that may be in correlation to whatever Mexican restaurant Tiffany may be at. And turns out they go to the restaurant and they are able to find. Now they talk to the staff there. I don't think this is that realistic, but whatever, it's a show. They were able to. The employee who worked there at the Mexican restaurant was very understanding and showed them the cameras, and were able to find out Tiffany went on a bus. So the gang went on a bus. They call trying to figure out maybe what hotel she may be at, and on the bus ride, Derek is having this beautiful moment. I love the way I love that they finally gave this actor. I believe his name is Wade Allen Marcus. Lovely actor. We've seen him since season one. He hella fine. They finally gave him a little bit more to do this season, and we get this vulnerable scene with him on the bus where he's just going through the motions of like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. I knew she was not happy, but I just didn't realize like how complicit I was, and how many blind spots I may have had dealing with my wife. Like, I'm just trying to be a good father and husband. And Issa's like, no, no, no. Like, it reassures him of his humanity and that no one's perfect and that we're all just trying this. Oh, good stuff. And you see Molly just like listening and taking in what Issa's saying for once. For once, can you believe it? Molly is actually listening and taking in what Issa has to say. Interesting. So we have that scene. There is so much commotion going on with the bus. There's this white gay, as typical, talking about how he has an inner black woman. That is very typical of y'all. Y'all need to check that. That is not cute. That's racist. It is racist to say that you have an inner black woman, because not every single black woman is sassy. And it's funny because most black women are the least protected. So the idea that you're talking about the strength that you have, when there is no strength in the way that black women are upheld in our society. So it's very insulting. Please stop it. Please. If you are a non-black, gay, non-black person and you find emboldened that you are being embodied by a black woman, stop. There's a lot of commotion going on. Kelly, dealing with the white gay, realizes what hotel Tiffany is at a Sheraton. They're passing it by on the bus. The bus driver, as per usual, this is very typical of a lot of bus drivers, like sticking to the route, refuses to stop anywhere else. They're at a red light. Kelly decides to be bold, presses the button. I don't see no much of it. This bus driver is just really tripping and decides to wave down the police. So as they're walking off of the bus, the police come over, and the bus driver points it out. The white gay gets off the. I was like, this. I'm not gonna lie. There was a little bit of a scene where I was just like, I don't like this storytelling right here. It just feels a little too dramatic. It feels like a little too much. I don't know. There was just something kind of off. Molly's able to de-escalate the situation by letting officers know that she's an attorney, and the cops were like, "Yeah, y'all not gonna get me today." We're past the point of I believe in the idea of good cops existing, and that we just need to abolish the whole system. But if more cops would say, nah, I'm good, maybe more black lives would have went home. But Jesus, we don't need none of those cops. I just thought it was interesting. The cops were like, yeah, not me today. So they're walking into the Sheraton. Derek has a moment to gather himself before he knocks on the door, and I love that he wasn't aggressive with it. He was coming from a place of care and concern, and literally figuring out what she actually needed. So he knocks on the door, and she just opens up, and you see Tiffany finally. A lot of people on Twitter have said that she probably was having a man. I'm like, y'all just really want a Tyler Perry production so bad. Y'all just really want a Tyler Perry production. Like, no. Tiffany clearly is suffering from postpartum, and I think that's a lovely thing that we get. Not a lovely thing, but I think it's lovely to see it depicted, especially from black women. We really don't get to see that. And I watched the after show of Insecure, and the actress Amanda Seales was on it with Prentice Penny and Issa, and they talked about how like a lot of times the postpartum is depicted in it being very manic, and that's fine, but like that's not common, and that's just not grounded. And also a lot of times we want to bring awareness that it could be literally so surface, someone's like depression, that we will literally just pass right on by it and it not be visible to us. So they wanted it to be in a very realistic, grounded manner, and I really like that. Derek was sweet. They're really Tiffany doesn't have any words, and Derek doesn't have any words either. He's just happy that he found his wife and just wants her to know that like he's there for her and for whatever concerns that he needs. I really liked it. I know it was really polarizing on social. When I was on my TL on Twitter. A lot. It was very polarizing. A lot of people were It was split. People were split that we wasted, not wasted, spent so much time on the Tiffany storyline. And for me, I'm personally fine with it because I miss Tiffany and Kelly. Like we haven't seen them in episodes. I don't think we've seen Tiffany since the block party, right? Like we haven't seen them in a long time, and I've always like I've been saying this as a concept. I've always wanted the show to focus more on the four women, so I was fine. I think it was great to explore the postpartum and also kind of tie it in with the looking for Latoya storyline. I was fine with it. I didn't mind it. Also, I think it gave us something like I think we're really used to resolve in like insecure series. So the fact that we did resolve something. We resolved a Tiffany storyline. I think that people wanted more of that time to be used for the Issa and Molly storyline, but I'm fine with it having ended the way it did. We'll get to it. So Molly and so that great storyline is wrapped up. I really hope for next season we just get more of the women. I want more of the women, less of the niggas. More of the women, less of the niggas. So after they have found Tiffany and everyone has gone home safe, we pick up back up the next day with Molly and Andrew, and they finally get to have the conversation or continue the conversation that they were having before. Kelly had called Molly and let her know that Tiffany was missing, and Molly's like, you know what? No, I want to talk about this now. I was fresh. Like we should get this out. Like this is very necessary. I'm like, look at Molly. Okay, like nah, let's talk this shit out. So Andrew starts and says like maybe we're just not on the same page. Molly's like, we've gotten this far. That means something all that time. And you could tell, you can see, you can hear that Molly values her relationship in time, not an actual substance. For a long time, Andrew says he's been realizing nothing is there and they haven't been on the same page. But Molly is willing to do anything because of just for the sake of time. She feels invested in the fact that she used her time with these relationships. And it was really sad. Like Molly started begging, talking about that she would go to therapy, she would open up more, and she would share more. And it was just like, whoa, are you really that afraid of being alone? And Andrew was like, what are you fighting for? Is this really what you want, Molly? And Molly's just stuck in silence. And that scene is so emotional where you see Molly's head just in the corner of the screen and she's just tearing up and gut wrenching. I will say I really felt for Molly, but I think that I saw that coming. I told y'all. I don't know if I said it in my video last before, if I said it on Twitter. I knew she was gonna end up alone. I said, Roger, Andrew gonna dump her. I told y'all. I really did tell y'all. I knew that that was coming, and I think that really allows for some time for Molly to finally be introspective, like as she should have been this whole entire season. So we get to see the conversation that Issa and Lawrence get to have the next day following Tiffany situation. The Tiffany situation, and Issa's in such a great mood. She says that she's a little tired, but she's excited to see Lawrence as per usual. Lawrence tells her that he saw Condola the next day, and Issa says, "Okay, well, what happened?" And that Condola is pregnant. I'm so mad, y'all. Y'all knew it. Y'all, I was shocked. I was literally so shocked to find out that Condola was pregnant. I was like, what? This is not the type of storytelling that Issa and the team does. This is like a Tyler Perry production. This is not what they do. They don't drop us with these dramatic bombs. I was so shocked. I'm still shocked that Condola is pregnant. Like y'all was right. Y'all, I was wrong. Y'all was so right. I just thought that there was. I was like, y'all pulling it out of thin air. There's no way. There's no way. Like, where do you see that someone's pregnant? So Lawrence tells her that he's sorry, and you know it's funny. I'm not completely against women wanting. I don't know. I don't want to speak on women's bodies at all, but like hearing Condola's reasonings as to why she wants to become a parent sounds very surface and shallow, and it doesn't sound like she really wants to be a parent for the sake of raising a human being. And I don't know if y'all caught it. She says like, well, I wasn't ready when I was with Robert. I'm like, oh damn, were you pregnant? Did you get an abortion? Like, were you having a thought of having children? I don't know if that was like, I don't know if anyone else caught that, but this is clearly not something that she really want. I don't know. Lawrence actually like, what are you doing? Like, we're not even together. And I feel for. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people are saying Lawrence ain't shit. I mean, I'm a gay man, so I don't have to worry about sleeping with women or anyone who or anyone who can get pregnant. So I don't have to deal with that. But like, I don't know. I could just imagine the frustration, the sadness that will come upon you when you find out that you got a job promotion, you got a new job, your relationship with your ex is flourishing, and all of a sudden a kid comes out of nowhere with someone who you're not even with, and her reasoning behind it seems so shallow. Oh, I don't know. Lawrence, like I said, Lawrence tells her he's sorry. Issa's like, this is too much. I just thought shit was finally, and she doesn't finish her thought. I think that maybe she just really thought that she was gonna get her happy ending, and I wanted something happy for her. And I'm mad that I even invested in this because I knew the whole entire time Nathan was the better man for her, and I didn't want her to deal with Lauren. But it seemed like she had her head on straight and was entering into this new relationship with a lot of clarity and a lot of growth, and so they sold me to it, and then boom, bomb dropped. Issa goes to smoke a joint, and honestly, I needed a blunt after that too. Like I really did. That was too much. That was too much. It was a lot. That scene was a lot. She goes out to smoke her joint. Did y'all realize that she had a balcony? That whole shot was really beautiful. I was like, we never seen East's balcony before. Like, yeah, she got a nice apartment. I wouldn't want to move there either. No wonder she's like, yeah, I'm just 45 flight a minute away, and maybe if you maybe I'll make my way out there. But I don't know what we're gonna do. Lawrence tells Issa like, I want to be with you. I'm standing in that. Like this child to come doesn't change that, and so we'll see what that looks like next season. It's not done. It's not done. We know it's not done. Molly and Issa meet back up at the Ethiopian restaurant, coming full circle 4 seasons later. Issa walks in. Molly's already seated. And Molly says, I'm glad you came. Issa responds and says, I'm glad you called. Molly starts having a conversation where you see the camera pan out, and that's the end of the episode. Wow, what a season finale. I know a lot of people didn't like the Tiffany part, but I like that. Just these drops, these bomb drops at the end was a lot for me, and the fact that we still don't know where they're gonna stand. I'm all down for them coming together. I'm totally down for them coming back together. I just hope that it's not out of codependency. Let's just remember that Molly decided to call Issa after they broke up. So let's just be mindful of that. I really want the conversation to focus on their friendship and what they're going through, not these other men. I really want that for them. We'll see. We'll see what is to come. I'm so sad that this is over. I've had so much fun with y'all. This is, like I said, this is one of my favorite shows. Issa really handled this season and promoted it on social media with care. I was able to watch a little bit of an Instagram live that she had pre the season finale, and she was just talking about, I never could have imagined this being like the perfect storm for the show, and that I've appreciate so much of y'all's interaction with the show, and appreciate all y'all support and y'all response to the show, and just be mindful that this Lives Matter stuff ain't over. Remember that people are still protesting. I will remind that to y'all as well. And I just think Issa does such a lovely job. I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. I heard a few years ago that she had like 2 shows in development with HBO that she was going to be working on, not starring in or writing, but just executive producer, kind of having her hands, being a boss that she's becoming, that she's elevating herself to, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Issa does. I've always loved Issa Rae. I've always loved the team. Shout out to Yvonne Orji. I know she got a lot of slack this season, but I love the way she is as an actress. I love her story. Got a chance to see her stand-up special. It's okay. But it's lovely to see Yvonne Orji outside of the show. Love the whole team. Excited to see what is to come for next season. And that's it, y'all. Leave any comments that you have about the season finale. Y'all know I would love to hear, love chatting it up with you. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the Crispy Knowin family. There's more content to come. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!